Tonight, we play Randonautica. My name is Bill. Welcome to the Night Terrors Weekend Show, and we're starting right now. Welcome to Elderground and Takahama Plateau. And I'm not seeing anything on YouTube. Live chat on YouTube. Let's hope we're on. I had to do a restart of the show. I accidentally started at 15 minutes early. Welcome, Gotcha Man. There we go. YouTube is live. Thank you for the report, Elder. Welcome, Gotcha Man. Let's get started. Oh, by the way, if you value what I do on Night Terrors, one way to support the channel is through Patreon. Become a patron of the show by clicking on the Patreon link in the description below. Thank you for supporting the show. And welcome to T. Olson 2. All right, let's get started. Whoops, this out of the way. We are going to be doing some live Randonautica tonight, some virtual Randonautica coming up by way of Google Earth. So later we will be playing the app as indicated in the title of the show. Welcome, Green Tea. Here at hauntsjaunts.net is a story by Courtney Mrock. Yeah, we're going to be doing it virtually. Coming up, we'll be playing Randonautica virtually using Google Earth. It's not as scary as the real thing, but it's the closest we can get in the studio. And we will play Randonautica this evening. And it's entitled Randonautica Review. Does it really work? And is it worth trying? Welcome, Verpeen. And Courtney begins. And notice the sign of the Randonauts is an owl. Randonauting is becoming quite the craze. Welcome, David Bryce Jr. Good evening, sir. Maybe not as big as Pokemon Go yet, but it's a similar interactive experience. It gets you up and out of the house. If you're not familiar with this new form of exploring, or you are on the fence, maybe this Randonautica review will clear things up. What is it? First off, in case you're not familiar, let's do a quick recap. Randonautica is a mobile app that asks, what if there's more wonder to wandering? What if there's more wonder to wandering? Okay. Randonauting is what the app helps you do, and a randonaut is what you become when you use this app to explore. Is it like geocaching? Very much like geocaching, Green Tea. Good guess. Welcome to Eli Redshirt from South Carolina. Beautiful state. Beautiful state. How does the app help you explore? Now, there's a little bit of controversy attached to this app. Did I show you the app? Let's see if we can get it up here. We will be doing it live in a little bit. Okay, I got a separate cam for that. I think it's right about here. Let's see what we can do here. I think I have to search for the app first. Go here. Search for Rand. Right. R. A. There it is. The orange owl. We do want to allow no notifications, please. And there we are. 0. 0's not good. Looks like we're going to have to purchase some owl points there. I'm supposed to be refreshed on my owl points. I have 0. That's not good. We'll figure out that later. Welcome, Rhino Rex. Welcome, Brooke Birch. How does the app help you explore? It is, quote, the world's first quantumly generated choose-your-own-adventure reality game. Explore the world you never knew existed, end quote. You choose your radius, how far you want to travel, and then you pick whether you want one coordinate or multiple. Then you pick your quantum point. You have 3 options from which to choose. Welcome, Mike Mont. Welcome, Tyler Ian Oakley. Oakey. Welcome, Tyler Ian Oakey from Hoboken, New Jersey. Attractor, center of the highest cluster of quantum dots. Void, center of the least cluster of quantum dots. An anomaly will deliver the strongest either of attractor or the void option. Last, you set your intention. Now, this is done in your own mind. What kind of adventure do you want? What do you want to be led to? This is the time to envision it. Then you go off into the wild blue yonder to see what your intention will manifest. Judging by the popularity of the hashtags on social media, there are a lot who seem to think so. They've been going crazy posting their adventures. But did you hear about the Randonauts who found a body in a suitcase? And that is true. Not sure what kind of intention they set out, but heck, they definitely got more than they bargained for. And here's the headline. We'll be exploring this We'll be exploring this news article in a little bit as well. Let's see. Read. There is an app called Randonautica that brings you to random high-density quantum points. From your intent. A cut-up unalive body was found at one of these high-energy points. But it's not all grim discoveries. Some people find magic, while others find nothing, but seem open to trying again. Another post here, from Moochi, I'm sorry. My intent was to find something magic. I found this. And there's the picture. Let's see what he found. He wanted to find something magic. It used to be Twitter. I wonder if this is going to lead us to the proper place. Let's just duplicate this tab, and we'll plug in this URL here. See if there's still a picture there. This page does not exist. Well, we'll never know what he found. Another user, Angie's Exploration, says, I'm going to go randonauting again tonight, and I hope I get better results this time. Well, I'm not sure what happens when you find a body in a suitcase, continues the author, Courtney. If you're looking for a story to tell that's going to get you 15 minutes of fame, but it's going to be very hard to top that again, then this might be worth it. It doesn't cost anything. Yeah, it costs. You have to buy owl points. And it does have the potential to lead you beyond normal boundaries if you're open to such things. Let's attend to our owl points at this time, shall we? Still have 0 owl points. Can we just click on the owl point? Can we refresh them? Refresh. Nothing. Can we? So where do we buy those owl points? In the shopping cart. Description. Let's do we have a 333 daily token boost. Unlimited points. I like that. Only $3.99, right? Let's go for the unlimited points. Get that? per month. Ouch. Oh, here we go. Free subscriptions. Free yearly. Free yearly. Pro and Pro. They look the same. Free yearly. Free per year. Buy free per year. Start today. 3-day free trial. Then $69 a year. Great. Cancel any time and subscriptions on Google Play. I better copy that part. What's the other one? The other free one. Free per year. Buy per year. 3-day free trial. Same thing. Go back to the first one. Okay, I got my instructions on how to get out of the subscription. Let's buy free per year. Hope we're in the right one. Yeah, looks good. Yeah, go. Subscribe. All right, hopefully that will take us to where we need to be. We'll find out. It does cost. Mike Mont says, I've been trying my best to pimp Bill on Discord and other platforms for the last few years. You, my dude, are an excellent researcher into the weirdness of the world in which we lie. Thank you, Mike Mont. Much appreciated, sir. Big Daddy is here. First he's ever heard of it. Welcome to NS Girl Rules, who has played the game when it was free. Rapine, thank you for the jewels. Most generous, sir. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it, Rapine. You have contributed so much to the show. Among others. Among many others. Okay, let's see. Blah, blah, blah. Check in. Blah, 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 blah. More of a teenage thing, suggests T. Olson, too. Okay, we'll dump Courtney here. And we'll go to culturacollectiva.com. I'm going to say no gracias. Whatever that was. And I'm going to X out here. And it actually is in English. This written by Italia Sarti, entitled Randonautica, the app turning nightmares into reality. Can you imagine an app that can read your mind and then make your strangest and most terrifying wishes come true? Well, that's the Randonautica promise. During the COOF, this app gained great popularity after several users shared evidence of their experience, which has not been pleasant for everyone. In the videos circulated findings of wild animals, human bodies, strange women, bound men, and even unexpected discoveries of objects lost in time. But that's not all. Some users also reported paranormal experiences, such as spectral sightings or unexplainable phenomena, all allegedly resulting from the twisted thoughts of those seeking intense experience. Because you have to set your intention for the app whose symbol is the owl. As detailed in the application's description, it operates thanks to a combination of geolocation, a random algorithm, and the user's mind to create a personalized adventure. The creators of Randonautica have openly told the public their software can read the minds of those who download it, and thus send them to stranger places to generate meaningful and unexpected happenings based on intention and emotion. So be careful what you wish for. Imagine or want, as you could imagine or want, what you wish for, imagine, or want, as you could suddenly find yourself running for your life in that place. One of the most notorious cases, which even made it to the press, is the discovery of a group of young people. I think this lady right here is one of that group. This guy, not so much. But this lady, yes, I believe. Which even made it to the press, is the discovery of a group of young people who found a suitcase with a corpse inside after using Randonautica. According to the video they shared, and evidently this has been vetted and it really happened, they arrived at the dock of a beach through the Randonautica app, explored the area, and after a couple minutes found an object that hid something terrible inside a black bag. After several jokes about what it could contain, the young people managed to open it and saw there was a decomposing human body inside. That's not the first thing that hit their senses, though. I think they first smelled it. And more details on that coming up. The second case stars a young woman who, from the terror she experienced, without hesitation, deleted the app. It suggested she go deep into a forest. Where she would find a wooden bridge, but she had to cross carefully to reach the designated point. She saw nothing in this place, so she decided to return. On her way back, she saw a woman of terrifying appearance, walking as if she were disoriented. She hid behind one of the trees. The observer hid behind one of the trees. Filled with fear, you can see in the video how the other woman starts to follow her and suddenly appears in front of her. These are just some of the worst cases documented by Randonautica users. Many of them warn others not to use it. Many of them say delete it, as it could send you to distant places where your life is in danger. There's 2 quotes here, and it's unattributed, but it says, "It's unpredictable. You don't know what you'll find at the end of the journey. Be careful what you wish for." Let's make sure we have our owl points on the app after all that trouble. Turn on backup. No. What is going on? Purchase successful. Okay, what's our owl point? Say now. Stop, go to here, go to Randonautica. Infinity. Infinity is good. Infinity is good. Okay, now what's our range? No, we want to change radius and stuff. We're going to be randonauting live in a little bit. We're just doing the setup right now. So let's change that radius to maximum. Where's the settings button? That here. No. Is that here? Loading your logbook. Evidently not. How about here? How about if we go up from here? Oh, there's settings. There's a radius right there. It's only about 1 mile. I want to extend it to maximum, for which I paid. Settings. Welcome to Exile, the Knights of Malta now. Welcome to Exile. A power anomaly. Okay, we want maximum radius. Oops, maximum, which is 18 miles is the maximum radius you can select, even if you pay the max. And we do want to skip water. Good. Skip water and extend radius. Yeah, we're good. We're skipping water. You have to pay to skip water. It's only $1, but it's $1 for, it's not $1 a month. It's only $1 to skip water. You don't want to end in the middle of a lake. Okay. Let's go back to, how do we go back? There we go. Is that the huge radius there? What's Where's the radius? Yeah, it's going almost to Voorheesville. Yeah, that's right. That's a big radius. Okay. Happy Valentine's Day to Exile. Here at nationalpost.com. It's an article by the National Post staff entitled Teens Filming a TikTok Find an Unalive Body in a Suitcase after using the popular exploring app, Randonautica. It says here, egged on by the group, one girl opens the top and lifts it from a distance using a wooden stick, revealing a black plastic bag filled with something. A group of teenagers in Seattle found a suitcase containing human remains near a shoreline after a popular smartphone app, Randonautica, prompted them to explore the area. The group had been filming their explorations and posted a video to TikTok, social media platform. User Ugg Henry posted the TikTok on June the 20th, and it shows the group stumbling upon a small black suitcase. At first, childish laughs permeate the video as they initially think it's filled with money. Egged on by the group, one girl opens the top and lifts it from a distance using a wooden stick, revealing a black plastic bag filled with something. As soon as we opened it, the smell was overwhelming, read one of the video captions. Then they called the police, the video shows. The next clip shows police and fire trucks surrounding the beach. Seattle police later confirmed the contents inside the suitcase were human remains, and said investigators had found several other bags in the area, also with body parts. King 5, a local news outlet, reported the remains belonged to 35-year-old, oh my goodness, the prime of her life, Jessica Lewis, and 27-year-old Austin Wenner, both in the prime of their lives. Both unalived on June the 16th from multiple gunshot wounds. Seattle police said the case is still an open homicide investigation. I wonder what's going on with that now. Jessica Lewis and Austin Wenner. Let's look. Let's do a Google search for news on that. Doesn't Google have a news? Google has a news-only search. Let's try that. Where is the magic page? Right here. We want the Google, or we want Google? They have news here? Let's go to Google. Usually do not go to Google, but in this case I will, because we want Google News, and it's easy to find. There it is. Google News, and we want both of those names. Jessica Lewis, Austin Wenner. Their landlord did it. Holy cow. And there he is. At KOMO. Dated 3 years after the coup, after the video. And here at ComoNews.com is an article by Como News staff. Am I off the other thing? I'm regular, aren't I? Green Tea knew it was their landlord. Way to go, Green Tea. And the title is Landlord Sentenced for Unaliving Couple Whose Remains Were Found in Suitcase in West Seattle. Do we need this? No thanks. Seattle. A Burien man was sentenced to more than 46 years in prison. Only 46 years? You gotta be kidding me. In prison Friday for unaliving 2 people and dumping their bodies in a suitcase, dismembered, along a West Seattle beach in June of 2020. Michael Dudley was convicted on 2 counts of second-degree murder. I guess maybe it wasn't premeditated or something, and that's why. In December, for the deaths of 35-year-old Jessica Lewis and 27-year-old Austin Wenner, a King County Superior Court judge sentenced Dudley to 560 months in prison Friday morning. So what is that? You know I'm going to do the math. Get up there. Oh, there it is. This is going to be easy. I'm not going to get lost. I promise. Can we increase the size of that? No, we cannot. Unless it's scientific, right? Can we turn this into a scientific calculator? View. Basic unit worksheets. It doesn't have size here. Scientific. Okay, it's a little bigger, I guess. 560 divided by 12. It's 46 2/3 years. Judge Amy Sutton sentenced Dudley to the high end of the standard sentencing for each count, the high end, which is 220 months. An additional 60-month sentence was added for each count for firearm enhancement. Dudley is 65 years old, which means he'll be 111 when released from prison. Good luck to you, Dudley. Exiled the Knights of Malta Now says, what was he doing with empty suitcases on the beach? I think maybe they washed ashore. That may be where he threw them out. But they probably washed ashore there. And I guess this is a quote from the judge. Dudley is a predator. He seeks out people in need for his own benefit. He is manipulative, calculated, and deserves to be punished to the fullest extent of the law without the possibility of parole, Wenner's mother, Kathleen Crean, said in court Friday. He deserves to spend the rest of his life behind bars without freedom, without free will, without a doubt. Sparrow is here. Welcome, Sparrow. Sparrow says the longest prison sentence ever officially handed down is 141,000 years, given to Thai pyramid scheme fraudster Kamoy Picasso and 7 associates in 1989. Maybe not in this country. 141,000 years. Holy cow. It says Austin and Jessica had morals and self-worth, and for this, Michael Dudley had to get them out of the way. Lewis's Aunt Gina Yaska said in the courtroom. We're not going to sign into Como News. Lewis and Wenner's bodies were found by a young woman and her friends in a large suitcase on the rocks by the water along Elkey Avenue Southwest in June 2020. The King County Medical Examiner says both victims had been shot days before their bodies were found dismembered in the suitcase. Elkey Avenue, huh? Elkey Avenue Southwest. And that's, see if we can find this place. We're going to be using Google Earth later. We might as well warm it up. Because we will later be planning, we will later be playing live Randonautica on the air. And where does that go then? That goes to, we could go here, right? Yeah, we're done with this part. But we could go here and do a Google Earth here. Earth. And what town was that in? West Seattle, they call it. Must be the name of the town. West Seattle, I never heard of it. So let's paste West Seattle. There we go. Southwest, it says here. Elk Avenue Southwest, West Seattle, Arcata. Elkey Avenue Southwest. How far it goes to the beach, I don't know. Elkey Trail. Elkey. It's an Elkey, I guess. Elkey Avenue Southwest. Is that what it said? Elkey Avenue Southwest, West Seattle. Seattle, Washington. Let's try that one. Oh, no kidding. Right off the beach there. Nope. They said there was a dock. I don't see a dock here. There's like a remains of a dock right there. Underwater remains of a dock. Maybe that's where it was. Go a little farther out. They just set along it. Could be anywhere here. Let's go where the old dock has been submerged. Take a look out to sea. Oh, look, you can go. Reno's Cove says you can go on the water. We can look at the beach from the water. That's very interesting. I didn't know Google had a water vehicle to do their maps. They get a good view of the beach, too. Huge. Well, from there to there, I guess you could walk it in 10 minutes or so. Yeah, because it goes from there right up to the other point over here, it looks like. Got to end there. No way they'd maintain a beach that wrapped around. That's something. So no docks whatsoever, but only one submerged one. Right there somewhere, right where that guy's looking. I'm so interested in further details about the jerk. Sparrow says their car may be a duck boat. Not sure what a duck boat is, but where did I cross this? Is this right? No, this is not right. This should be Brave. Search Brave? S-E-A. Search Brave. Brave search. .com. Yes. Now it shows me. Okay, we'll do that. Randonautica told BuzzFeed News it was shocked at the very unfortunate coincidence. Our first reaction, said Randonautica, was to reach out to the teenagers to make sure they were doing all right. We sent a message letting them know the intention of Randonautica is not to find something disturbing like this. Had to go on with a link of some kind. Data image. Let me see if I can paste that somewhere. I don't think he got it. Well, I will wait for it. Sparrow informs us that a duck boat is a road-to-water vehicle originally designed for the military. It became popular as a tour vehicle. Several disasters followed. Thank you, Sparrow. The exploring app Randonautica has gained popularity since much of the world entered lockdowns during the COOF. The app generates random coordinates in a user's general vicinity that the user, called a randonaut, can then travel to. The idea is meant to encourage a choose-your-own-adventure reality game, but it only resembles one. I mean, thank you, Exile. It was Exile with the duck boat, right? I guess it's the Google boat. Whoever it was, Exile or Sparrow, thank you both for being here. This story was amended to correct the age of Jessica Lewis to 35. May God rest her soul, and may God rest his soul as well. Got mixed up with the wrong dude, man. Welcome, Jake Potts. Thank you, Jake. Here at Reddit, in the Randonautica subreddit, is a post by Homesick008. I'd say Homesick 008. Entitled My Experience with Randonauting. I have no words for what happened. My boyfriend and I went for our first randonauting adventure the other night. We went to 4 different places. Our first intention was green. And when you use the Randonautica app, you're supposed to set your intention before you press the start button on the app, so that the quantum field represents your intention, because it's supposedly a quantum app. Our first intention was green. We ended up in a park behind someone's house. Going to be green. We noticed a play structure in the yard with a green roof. And as we were walking back, we noticed a green watering can. So I was like, let's try again. The next intention was purple. This led us to a back alley in a barn. The barn had a mural with purple hearts in it. I was starting to be a little freaked out, but I wanted to push further. I set the intention to scary. This led us halfway across the city. As I was driving into the neighborhood, welcome Ethereal Warrior. Welcome Shane Riley. As I was driving into the neighborhood, my boyfriend says he used to see a priest. His family was not religious, but his stepmother is. He used to see a priest for counseling when he was a teenager living in the area. I stopped at the place for the Randonaut, the coordinates that the Randonautica app gives you, which you can actually plug into Google Earth and go there with Google Earth as well, which we're going to be doing live in a short while. Yes, Randonautica live tonight, which is why the title says, We Play Randonautica. I stop at the place the Randonautica says, and he says, that's it. And I was like, yeah, we're here. And he says, no, that's the house of the priest that I used to get counseling in. We were parked in front of that house. So I'm legit dead freaking out, and my boyfriend then finds an article on Father Fred. Friendly Father Fred, saying he was placed on administrative leave over allegations of impropriety. And during court yet, there were allegations by a former parish administrator who was being essayed by him. Lastly, my boyfriend makes the intention spooky. It takes us to a part. After that, I'd be done. No more Randonautica, delete the app. Lastly, my boyfriend makes the intention spooky, and it takes us to a part of the city with which I'm not familiar, bringing us to an unfamiliar park. We walk around and we don't notice anything, so we go back to the car. And I search the park and go to the news section. I search the park. She searches for the name of the park on her mobile device, I guess. And I go to the news section and find an article from 3 months ago about a woman being charged with manslaughter for the death of a 2-year-old boy or something like blunt force trauma. That was on the other side of this park. At this, we were done and extremely freaked out. I mean, after that, at the priest's house, how could you go on? Come on. We headed home and had nothing to say. I don't know when or if we'll be going out again. I would say no, don't do it. This, by the way, is the Randonautica app itself. Yeah, we have to set our intention and then we push the start button, and then it'll give us a random point within our radius. You can also get the app where you can also buy a little extra feature for the app that lets you pick your own starting point, but by default, the free-est version, although not completely free, starts you where you are, detected by your mobile phone. And the maximum range is about, 18 miles? What did we say? Settings. No, we want radius. Maximum, please. Thank you. Yeah, 18 miles maximum. Let's see, make sure it doesn't. That's better. All the way to includes Schenectady and part of Albany. Yeah, that's very good. We'll just leave it there for now. Okay, any comments? Bithel Ulm says, don't dox yourself. Yeah, I don't think it's that bad. I mean, there's a dot in the middle there. Good luck. Good luck trying to find me. Listen to your spirit and pray up, says Bitahai Lohim. Bitahai Lohim. Listen to your spirit and pray, love. If you unlocked a spooky or scary dimension, understand that spirits do latch. Please don't disregard or be angered. I only want to make you aware. And the original poster says, thank you for the warning. I appreciate it. I'm very aware of the spirit world and know how to protect myself. Elohim responds, yes, good. Hopefully my warning and your confirmation that you protected helps others remember to do it as well. Randonaut Seeker says, this is based on science, not religion. It uses a quantum computer as its basis, not a Ouija board. Just saying. And Elohim says, this world is based in spirit first. Those who don't understand that are being led far astray. All right, let's move on to, here's what Randonautica's 3 location options actually mean. Location option. Something RNG. What is RNG? Randonauting? Randonauting produces maximum. Does it say what RNG is? This is at elitedaily.com. It's written by Lara Walsh. Randonauting produces, quote, maximum deviation in the distribution of random points from the average expected value. End quote. Randonautica, an app which allows users to satisfy their wanderlust a little closer to home, is continuing to gain popularity. If you've never tried the app or are just starting to dip your toes in, you might be wondering what Randonautica locations mean. And how do you pick the right one for your adventure? Yeah, there's 3 of them. The feature, based on quantum physics, helps customize the kind of experience on which you'll be going. While the app works by sending you on a spontaneous adventure with the help of random coordinates. Yeah, latitude and longitude. You do have some control about the kind of place you'll be exploring with your intention. To get started, you'll first be asked to share an intention for your exploration by stating what you'd like to see out loud, although it's not promised that you will see it. Once you set the maximum distance you would like to travel and choose your random number generator, you'll then have the option to choose from 3 different locations: an attractor, a void, or an anomaly. All 3 of these coordinates are determined using something called a quantum point, basically a coordinate that's generated from a random number generator. Although it's thought to be non-deterministic or completely random. And it's thought to be. Not although. And it's thought to be completely random. It would be if you're truly using quantum power. The coordinates are generating using the mind-matter interaction, which uses your intention and should have an effect on the quantum RNG data to help you get to your intention, according to the Randonautica website. To find out more about locations, you can dig a little deeper into each term. Anomaly, attractor, and void. We'll be using attractor this evening, so we'll read that last. Anomaly. If you have a particularly strong intention of what you're hoping to see on your adventure, the app recommends you choose Anomaly, which is short for Intention-Driven Anomaly. Void. On the flip side of attractor, a void location will have quantum points that are more sparse, not clustered with other quantum points. Redditors believe voids are places the quantum random number generator thinks you are unlikely to visit, like a forest to which you've never been. It's hard to know exactly how accurate this is, but TikTok is full of randonauts documenting a number of creepy coincidences. And the one we'll be using this evening, attractor. Maybe we should use void. Seems more creepy than attractor. An attractor location can be found in a densely point-populated area, where quantum points are closer together. I think the closer points will be better, according to the Randonautica FAQ page. The attractor location is the center of an area of the anomalous points generated, and there's a chance your journey may hold more significance than what you find at the coordinates themselves. Randonauts on Reddit believe an attractor location might have a meaningful memory or something that sparks an interest revelation for you, like a soccer field you went to when you were younger. Well, everything around here is going to be meaningful to me, since there's only an 18-mile radius, so let's go for void, because it implies creepy. Here at the Reddit subreddit Randonauts is a post from someone who has been deleted or deleted themselves, entitled Any Creepy or Scary Experiences. It says, I've never really been randonauting, but I'm curious if anyone ever's had an unnerving experience when traveling. And here from another user who also has been deleted or deleted themselves. My friend and I went randonauting at 1 a.m. They say don't do it at night. That's probably good advice. Excuse me. That is rank. What did I use this for? That is rank. I have an emergency hanky around here somewhere. Hold on. Okay. Just what I need, more dust in the air with my lungs. This can go on the floor. Much better. Elder reminds us all, exploring unknown places at night is probably not a good idea in general. Thank you, Elder. My friend and I were randonauting at 1 a.m., driving up a bridge, when we saw a truck parked diagonally across my lane at the top. The lights were on, but the truck was off, and we couldn't see anyone inside. We decided to keep driving because we didn't know if it was some kind of SA trafficking trap or something like that. But once we passed it, we felt drawn to it again, so we went back and drove past slowly. We couldn't see anything else, so we were debating calling the cops, because it was a road hazard at the very least. But when we turned around to drive past it again, there were already a couple of cops searching it. We never found out anything about it, but it's been sticking with me for a while. And Nicholas Josie replies, the universe wanted you to see it for some specific reason, but it's for you to find out what that means. Another deleted post, or no, the original poster, which was deleted. That sounds pretty interesting. How long ago was it? I'm horrible with time, but I'm thinking it was about 3 months ago, before Randonautica stopped working. Well, it works now again. It does work now. I live in a rural community. This from I1M2 already, 3 dead, 4. I live in a rural community. I've generated the same area twice in my 3-kilometer radius. The intentions both time has been, I am already unalive. The first time the point appeared at this guy got guts. Welcome, Draben. Or Drebin? It'd be Drebin, wouldn't it? Welcome, Drebin. The first time the point appeared at the edge of my radius, it was set exactly at the end of a long country driveway. This was, as they are sometimes marked on maps, as a dead-end road. This was, as they are sometimes marked on maps as a dead-end road. When I enter the coordinates, maps tells me the land belongs to the local school district. I'm used to using school grounds for recreation, and even though it's already dark, I feel like it would be in my comfort zone, regardless of the fact that the plot of land is miles away from any school of which I know. Maybe it's Renaissance and I didn't know. I don't know what that means. So I decided to put on my sweater and drive out there. My headlights did not cut as far as I wanted in the direction. In the darkness, as soon as I turned out of town and onto the rural highway. After that, it was steady zig and zag to my final zig. I turned onto the dead-end road, into what looked like complete night stretching into nothingness. It's just packed gravel, so I'm going a steady 15 miles an hour. Suddenly a bright LED appears on my right. At first I think I went over a small hill and I am seeing a solar lamp, but it's set too high, and now I can see a man beside the road, holding a small flashlight aimed at me as I approach. Holy F-word. Holy what the... I speed up. He seems to hold still, turning his flashlight away or off as I don't see the LED in my rear-facing mirror. Just inky red dust and the impression of the tall grass lining the sides of the road. I grip my wheel tight, take a breath, and make sure my windows are fully up and door locked. With a glance I see that now I'm halfway to the point and the end of the road. The man must have been at the 1/3 waypoint. I don't want to make it to the end anymore. I drive a sporty Subaru, and even if the side of the road looks a bit steeply washed, I decide I can manage. I book it, spitting gravel, and make it to the 3/4 point. At the very end of my headlights, I see a tall farmhouse and some single-story structure further back and to the right. No, that's not school. Why did I come here? I whip around as soon as it registers that I'm in a driveway. I go entirely too fast back to the highway, and I do not see the LED or the man on the road. My heart beats fast all the way home. Maybe I don't want to die yet after all. His username, as a reminder, is I am already dead, or that was his set intention as well. The next day, during the daylight, I sat down and cleared my mind of that terror. I entered the same state of mind I was in when I set my first intention. I am already dead. I wanted adventure. I wanted defiance. He wanted to experience defiance, evidently. I wanted mystery. I wanted to feel anything at all. very bad place to be in. I wanted proof that I could still feel alive, even if I was already so dead inside. The same dead-end road that doesn't belong to a school and is very much a driveway. This time about a quarter-mile away from the first point. With this new input, maps politely draw a suggested walking path from the farmhouse driveway to my new point. I drive past under unimpeded sunlight. I can't make the final turn to approach that house. It looks normal enough. 2-story farmhouse and a single-story tin-roofed structure off behind it. I still have a chill, remembering the man looking up at my car as I passed. I decided to go back home to normalcy and expected safety. Maybe I'm the night terror for a poor farmer out past his bedtime to accomplish some undoubtedly urgent task. Maybe I'm just glad I'm not already dead. To which Nicholas Josie replies, "Don't do negative intentions because the universe doesn't care. The universe will give them to you." The digested seems to correct. It's not that the universe doesn't care. It's that the universe's answer is always yes and more. The more you think about something, the more you draw it. And I Am Dead replies, "I am aware." That guy was in a bad place. Agetsis says, and it looks like an ad, "Asking questions reveals our uncertainty. But is that such a bad thing?" That might have been promoted. That's an advertisement, I guess. Ethereal Warrior points out the synchronicity of the occurrence of the Night Terrors title. "Did you take pictures?" asks Young Plague. Stunning Mammoth answers, "Sadly, but no, I really wish I did. It wasn't bodies or a gravesite, but we saw and heard multiple skinwalker-like creatures in this one area. One of them screamed at me and my friend, and I've never been so terrified in my life." To which Young Plague answers, "Check out Screaming Lynxes just to make sure they didn't fool ya." Stunning Mammoth replies, "We went through every possible animal noise to find one. This is in Canada, mind you, where lynx are known. So this was no lynx." So they know the lynx. They know the sound the lynx makes. Stunning Mammoth replies, "It was like very loud and gargly and deep. It was almost human sounding, but just too unnatural, including the fact it was loud enough to hurt our ears. Oh my God." Where's Will says, "My boyfriend, a mutual friend, and I tried Randonauting one day. It was our first time ever trying the app. The location took us probably 45 minutes on foot, but it was a nice summer day, so we decided to walk anyway. At first it tried to lead us into the woods, where we could see an abandoned dumpster. We thought that was sketchy, so we kept walking, and the app gave us another path to the same location. We kept walking. The sun started setting, and nobody was on the road. Up ahead we saw 2 people on bicycles cross the street and disappear into the woods, close to where the app said our location was. Their intended location. As we got closer and closed in, the intended location was 2 paths, one being a driveway. There were no bikes visible, and the second path was more overgrown, but led straight into the wood. We decided to turn around, not sure if we were being lured into the woods or not. Really wasn't worth finding out." Good point there, and good decision, I think. "Our intention was treasure, and I can only imagine what was in those woods." To which Snow Bananas replies, I bet those two people were randonauting as well. Or they were setting up a trap for the randonauts. Maybe there's a back end on the app. Let's hope not. We will be randonauting, people. In fact, let's give it a shot now, shall we? And let's make this our Google Earth. It's going to take us to some other. Oh, okay. So let's get our randonaut coordinates here. Oh shoot! How long has that been off kilter? I have to take a look at my see where we are here. There we go. Excuse me. And down. I hope I didn't. Hope you guys can see my other stuff. Okay, what's our intention gonna be? Intention. Camera looks good. Thank you, Elder. Camera looks good. Okay. So this, our radius, the big radius. We have to go to setting. Good, that's good. We want void. Costs us 15 oil, in which you're more likely to find something creepy. We have skip water on and extend rating. So we're good there. And we want void. And so we push the start button, I guess. And go. That's the owl inflate. Signifying engaging quantum entropy source. Fetching random numbers. Scanning your area for anomalies. Processing. Calculating randonaut coordinates. Which we plugged in right here in Google Earth. Mike Mont says, all those randonauts lost in the sticks out there. That's how you find random bodies in suitcases. Well, as that's taken a while. What's our next reading? We have this ready. The Randonautica app. No, we got it. And that's like up in the woods, huh? Distance, 10 miles. I don't know. That's like in the middle of nowhere. Try a different one. Let's go to, no. Let's go to settings. Let's change to a tractor. And search again. And start. Welcome, Colin1G. Colin, do you have a new username? Is this or is this another Colin? Are you composer, Colin? Eldergone says the middle of nowhere is a typical destination for Randonautica, judging by the videos I've seen. Right? Our next article will be at horrorfacts.com. And it's entitled The Randonautica App, Exploring the Paranormal Through Randomness. And it's written by, let's look for that author. It looks like we're by a thoroughfare. That's good. That's very good. Thoroughfare out in the boons. Also by water. I think that's a good selection. Okay, let's see if we can find that. Where's the coordinates? Where's the coordinate? How do I see the coordinate? By this? Information? Timestamp, code. Which one is first? The top one? 14.2 is 14. Oh, that's right. Today. Radius, power. Where's the, there it is. Coordinate. Okay, let's plug these into Google Earth. And that is 44.4424. Comma. There'll be a negative one next. 44.4424. Negative 74 point. That's an equals. Negative 74.0801. And go. To the Great Northeast, upstate New York. Where's that road they pictured? What the hell? Some kind of trail or something. Was that interesting? Well, it is interesting is that it's like the exact corner of a field. Huh. That's on the exact corner of that field. How did it know there was a field there? How did it find the corner? All right, next. We really need something in the city, man. This is in Vermontville. No idea where Vermontville is. Okay, so are we still on this view? I think we are. Come on. Try again. And can I move my radius? Probably not. Start. We never set an intention. It is Colin Lambedarn. Composer extraordinaire. Welcome, Colin. Now, let's see if we can find an author for this story. Conclusion. Horror facts. Recent post about the author. It just says horror facts. So written by horror facts. It says written by horror facts. The Randonautica app uses quantum random number generation to suggest mysterious coordinates for users to explore unknown locations nearby themselves. While many enjoy using Randonautica for entertainment, adventure, and connecting with nature, others report eerie experiences they believe may be paranormal. Some users claim the app guides users to places of psychic significance, or allows one to hack reality by synchronizing intentions with quantum randomness. Randonautica generates truly random coordinates within a set radius of the user's location. The goal is to get people exploring and observing spaces in their local area. Before receiving coordinates, the app asks users to set an intention or just think about exploring. The locations suggested are meant to be spontaneous and unexpected. And boy, has that taken a long time to regenerate. Created as an art project exploring quantum randomness, Randonautica has developed a cult following and become popular among paranormal fans and urban explorers. Doesn't look like we're going to get much out of this. Can we refresh this somehow? I guess we just get rid of it, right? And then call it up again? Come on, you. Thank you. Get rid of it. Call it up again, wherever it is. It's the LL. There it is. Intention. Spooky is our intention. Don't allow. And radius, no, we have to do settings. Radius, infinity, owl points, that's good. Let's set our radius for a maximum. And our intention is going to be spooky. Spooky intention. Let's make sure it kept all those settings. We want a tractor. Did I say void? We want a tractor. Fix settings. A tractor. Good. And start. Thank you, Gotcha Man. Why didn't I get that? I just copied it. Why don't I have it? Now I got it. Okay. Randonautica generates truly random coordinates. It appears to have a road nearby. Let's go to it then. And information. 428215. Four two 8215 and negative 742139. Go. Again, that too is supposed to be near a road. Did they have it on here? Where we must have been dumped in the woods, people. That almost in the exact center of this ovoid. I mean, look at this. Shaped like an egg-shaped or oval-shaped. And it's almost at the very center. Let's try again. It worked 2 times in a row last time. Third. Some claim the app guides users to places of psychic significance, or allows one to hack reality by synchronizing intentions with quantum randomness. Randonautica generates truly random coordinates within a set radius of the user's location. Created as an art project exploring quantum randomness, it has developed a cult following and become popular among paranormal fans and urban explorers. With over 500,000 downloads, many use the free app, hoping for a chance strange experience or meaningful synchronicity. Some report finding peculiar objects, creepy artifacts, or encountering odd events they attribute to the paranormal. However, skeptics argue, while the app aims primarily to inspire adventures and new ways of perceiving surrounding space, its popularity among those fascinated by the paranormal merits a closer analysis of claims and user experiences. This article will do this. A paranormal puzzle. Oh, I think we got a good spot, finally. A good spot, meaning a spot we can see from the road. Let's check it out. I think we're still there. Yes. So let's check those coordinates. And that is 42.7049. Followed by 73.9684. Indeed. Behind the woods of a business, evidently. Holy cow, I think I know this place. Do I? Or is it this place? Let's get a look from the road, shall we? It's right behind here. What does it show here? Oh, how do we get out of here? Here? Yeah. Doesn't show. Oh, we lost it. All right. Show them the roads. Oh, it's a church. What's behind the church? It's too bad they didn't drive around the church driveway there. Where is this? Do I know this place? I think I do. I think I got hit by a car here once. New York 146? It's possible. A lady backed into me. We were walking along the proper side of the road. A lady with 2 kids in the car. Fortunately, I was on the outside. My wife was on the inside. We're walking on the proper side of the road, but she backed into the out of her house driveway, like from this side of the road into where we were walking on this side of the street, and just bumped me and threw me flat on my face. Yeah. Is that Altamont? No, I was thinking it was the town of Knox. Ski Plateau. Welcome, Ryu, 1972. She was totally nonplussed. She had to get her kids to some kind of appointment or something. Totally nonplussed. Welcome to Method Marine. Anyway, can we see what's behind there? Well, suppose we take a snapshot here. Print screen. This is the closest thing we'll see. And that goes where? That goes... Let's go to it here. We want to go to... let's duplicate. Can we duplicate this? Cannot duplicate this. Let's go crazy. No, screenshots are right there. That'll do. Let's grab the screenshot. Move it to the other one. Oof. And get rid of that. Okay. So get rid of this, get rid of this. Okay. Let's see what's behind here. Can I do this? Okay, right about there. And right about here. Come on. We're there, aren't we? How come? Oh, I see. We want to see what's behind that church, basically. Oh, I gotta come out more. Looks like a donation box. What is that structure? That is so weird. What could that be? That is so odd. Odd structure behind a church. Save changes. Don't save the changes. Some report hearing odd noises, sounds of non-existent footsteps, or a sense of being followed while exploring an area indicated by Randonautica. These could be signs of a paranormal presence or a residual haunting, suggesting Randonautica guides users to locations of psychic significance. However, sounds heard while exploring empty or abandoned areas, especially at night, may be the product of imagination. No kidding. Explorers occasionally capture photos or video of unexplained shadows, movement, objects, or symbols in the locations to which they are guided, believing they are documenting paranormal events or clues left as a message. Some report perceiving signs at location. They believe to be messages from spiritual entities or a higher power, responding to questions they asked or the intention they set before generating the coordinates. Perceiving these symbolic communications as personal and meaningful, they become convinced Randonautica provides a conduit for navigating a realm of quantum information or a collective consciousness. However, divining meaning, debunky, dangerous and disturbing discoveries. It's about time. Randonautica may lead users to threatening locations or enable access to a kind of darkness, as evidenced by unsettling encounters reported and tragic events linked to the app. In July of 2020, shocking news reports emerged that a group of teens exploring coordinates generated by Randonautica discovered a suitcase near Seattle, Washington, containing human remains. If you want more about that, just rewind the tape here, and you'll get to that in within the first half hour of the show. Excuse me. Some users report exploring threatening locations or unsettling artifacts, strange symbols, strange dolls, etc., which they attribute to the paranormal. And here at Reddit, under the subreddit Randonauts, is a post by Smelly Nerd Chick entitled Randonautica Will Creep You Out Years Later. I heard about Randonautica back in 2020 during the beginning of the coof. I thought it looked interesting and it might be a good way to get out of the house. My boyfriend and I tried it a couple of times. It took us to some random places, but nothing creepy, which was our original intention. Fast forward to today, and I'm scrolling Facebook, but it doesn't say if the random place was her intention or the creepy was her intention. Fast forward to today, and I'm scrolling Facebook and come across a post about how they found the remains of the missing girl, Candace Fitzpatrick. She went missing in 2008 in Oshawa, Ontario. Her DNA was found in the freezer of Adam Strong, who was also a resident of Oshawa. Candace was not found until November of 2021. I remember seeing on Facebook that the forensic unit was out near my house back in November because of the remains being found. I had a brief thought about maybe they found Candace but didn't really think anything else about it. At the news conference, they talked about where her remains were found. And out of curiosity, I decided to check Google Maps and see if it was the same location as the forensic search last November. I was not prepared to find out that it was the same location Randonautica took us the very first time we tried it. Now I just feel sick. The pin was in this small bunch of trees behind a bunch of newer houses. We parked the truck, walked down the path, and then walked off the path trying to get closer to the pin. We ended up giving up because the bush was so thick. I haven't used Randonautica since 2020 because nothing really happened, and I thought it was fake. But boy, was I wrong. At that church in 20 years, something will happen in the backyard, in the woods behind the church. Creeping myself out now. Pink Peonies says, we already said it was at the subreddit Randonauts. If you don't want to find anything creepy, don't set a creepy intention. The first time I tried Randonautica, I set my intention to treasure. And I found my first ever 4-leaf clover. A deleted user, or a user who deleted themselves, writes, I used to live in a place with huge organized crime problems. One day I was testing the app with a friend. I told them to try and think of some intention. The location given us was the middle of nowhere, a couple miles outside the city. I asked him what he thought, and he said he thought of dead bodies. I told him I wasn't going to go there at all, so we found other cool places. Fast forward a few months, I moved away, but kept following that city's local news on social media. Did we switch back? We did switch back, didn't we? Mainly because it's a hassle to unfollow each one. One day I read on my feed that a group of volunteers dedicated to look for people kidnapped by criminals had found a few dead bodies in the exact same location that had been given to us by Randonautica. I sent the article to my friend, and he couldn't believe it either. It was very creepy. No kidding. Yuck Buckaroo says, for some reason I saw your PFP and started reading your story in a scary voice. Clear Nail says, this is happening more times than people know, and it's getting to be dangerous. If you are sent out into places like the Devil's Forest, it's creepy. And the guys I watch are now being chased, followed from one city to the next, and always having to run for their lives, getting death threats, finding information about Scientology and other groups, and people out in the woods, and hearing loud screaming and groups chanting. It's creepy and dangerous. Clear Nail, not very clear there, but he's answered by Friendly Ranger. Your comment is old, but I just did Randonautica about an hour ago. And we never really officially had an intention. But we were talking about skinwalkers before we went. Fast forward, we're almost to our destination. Mind you, we were hearing weird noises the whole walk, but this one was different. It was in the tall grass, right smack dab next to us. And the grass was moving. And there was a whimpering noise. It sounded like a human mimicking an animal. But it also didn't sound like an animal either. It sounded too good to be human, but too bad to be an animal. As soon as we heard that, we booked it. I haven't ran that fast in years. I don't know if we were just tripping over nothing, but that was not a normal whimpering sound. And the thoughts we were having during and the conversations before, it adds up. I need a different chair, so I'm going to get a different chair. Where is the other chair? way over there. So while I get another chair, I guess I'm just going to run over and grab it, I guess. My apologies for whatever parts of the studio you see. Maybe we could do something. Maybe we could do a silent video here on the other part of the thing. Maybe we could start another adventure here on the app. Let people watch that. Let's do that. Start. Maybe we'll get lucky. Okay. Answered by Jean's Angel. Thank you, T Plateau. They're pretty warm right now. Jean's Angel says, I watched Jen and Jasco and Ben too. Jasco and Ben. I'm actually watching them now. Their Randonautica videos scare the crap out of me. All the Scientology stuff is very disturbing. Subordinate Temper posts, that's creepy for sure. I'm not trying to be disrespectful when I say this. And this is pointed more at everyone in general. But I hear lots of stories about people using darker intentions while generating points. Creepy, paranormal, scary, dead body, evil, haunted, murder, death, etc. Then being all rattled and shocked when they actually come across something related to their intention. Just saying. The universe is funny like that, and if you actively seek out something, you might just find it. Gentlehorns agrees. Yes, 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 the intention is so huge and everything. I've learned that the hard way. Words hold huge power. So don't say something or purposefully think it if you don't mean it. Zidianish says, I don't get this app. How is it programmed to give out quantum locations based on a string of letters? A string of numbers, answers Mr. Hertz, which are then used to generate coordinates. Quantumly generated numbers. I don't think you can get a true random number unless you're using a quantum generator, which is a hard thing to accept for a computer programmer like myself. Welcome, garbled user. You can get a pseudo random number that's based upon, like a logarithmic number that's based upon the time of day. Hours, minutes, and seconds, most likely. But you can't, a computer, unless it's quantumly generated, cannot generate a truly random number. A human being can. Human being can do it. Let's move on. Let's go to this one. At BuzzFeed.com. And written by Daniela Manuel. Oh, sorry, Danielle Emmanuel. No, Daniela. I'm going to have to lean forward to see this, and that's not going to be good for my back. Great, just when I need an advertisement. That's Daniela. I said it right the first time. And Ms. Emmanuel begins. Hear ye, hear ye. You are gathered here today for another round of creepy Randonautica adventures. that people have experienced during quarantine. A reminder, Randonautica is an app that asks you to set an intention, then gives you a randomly generated set of coordinates in your area. With that same intention in mind, you're encouraged to go on an adventure to the location and see if you spot any weird coincidences. Here are some bizarre stories of what people have shared on the Randonauts subreddit about encounters they have had while using the app. Now, there's 3 Randonautica subreddits, at least 3 Randonautica subreddits on Reddit. There's Randonautica, Randonauts, and Randonauting. Okay, number 1, posted by Call Me Diane. My intention was glitch. Kind of looking for a sign to know if the reality we live in is a simulation. I guess I found that. Oh my God. Can we open this in a new tab? Open image in new tab, please. Look at this. We can't go larger, can we? No, we can't. This is the sign you've been looking for. Number 2. Posted by Neon Over It. Tried out the app on a call to a friend. I've been questioning my sexuality and it brought me here. To the Dykelands. Good for you, honey. Find your best self. Number 3. First time randonauting. My intention was money, and I found an abandoned mansion with this way to go underneath. But greed was not enough to let me go under there. Randonautica looking for a sign. Who is this posted by? Ramper. I lost my son to an overdose in 2015. Around his birthday, I set my intention of where I could meet up with my son. The app took me to this tiny, unmarked trail where this bench sat. That's pretty cool stuff right there. Number 5 we're at now. First time Randonaut users. My 8-year-old daughter wanted to come across fairy magic. Bringing your 8-year-old daughter out with you randonauting. Okay. I hope you have had self-defense training. Both of you. My 8-year-old daughter wanted to come across fairy magic. This is what we saw. Can we can do that, but we can't make it any bigger. Let me see if I can copy that. Save image as? No. Save image as type. And we will save it in the show folder. Right here. Save. And that should still be open, that folder. There it is. And what was it? Magic fairy stuff? And this is what they found at their point. Let's just, no. 11 wants to do everything for you, and most of it you don't want. Windows 11. Most of it you could care less. Okay, now we'll be able to do some stuff here, won't we? Yeah. Magical Fairyland. A lighter tone would be better. I could punch up that picture, but having not vetted it before the show, Isn't that something? Out in the middle of nowhere. Someone must have died there or something. Or maybe it was just some kind of family project. Isn't that something? The whole setup. It must have been an artwork created by some family or some kids. Very whimsical, says Elder. Method Marine says, looks like they found a homeless encampment run by tweakers. Better get that 8-year-old in karate soon. And we'll just X out of there. And reduce that. Next up. Are we there? Oh, that's the image. Number, we'll see in a second. Number 6. Set intention to feeling less lonely in the big city. Exact point was a bench with my name on it. That photograph has since been lost. This is 6 years old after all, this article. So they lost that, that particular photo was taken off wherever the link was. Number 8. Intention was assigned from my late grandmother, and coordinates took me to this point. Her name was Betty Ann. The name on the street, Betty Ann Drive. It's spelled exactly the same. Let's take a look at that. Open image in new tab. And we want this, right? Will this go up? No. We got to save the image again. Save and go back to that folder. Where is it? This looks like it. This looks like it. This looks like it. Where is it? It should be here. It is not here. Is it up here? It is not. Let's save. Try to save it here. PNG. Oh yeah, it was in downloads. No, we want to go to our show folder. Save. Thank you. And you might have seen that pop up there. And Betty Ann Drive. Number 9. This post has been deleted. What comments are still visible? Number 10. First time randonauting from Zesty Pony. We set our intention on peace and safety. Took us to a storm drain in which we found an abandoned kitten. That was fortuitous. Is that it? Is there 20 of them? There's 20 of them, yes. Welcome to Synchro 505. Mike provides all the incidental music for the show. A deleted user posts, my intention was confidence. This was painted on a letterbox. In other words, a mailbox, I guess, right? No fear. Open image in new tab. No fear with a wizard. Number 12. I know Ethereal Warrior. That was cool. They could save that cat. The cat distribution system, I think they call it. Bright Stars, Dark Sky posted, Intention was literally to find an abandoned car. I can't even tell you how excited I was when we spotted this. That's so cool. If I'm in the woods and I see one of those, I'm gonna, you know, see how the upholstery is holding up. Try to open the door, stuff like that. I'm gonna inspect it. Lucky 13. Posted by Wolfen R. Intention Apocalypse. And he came evidently to where? Ooh, Devil's Horns up here, right? What the heck is this place? No explanation or anything here for lucky number 13, but appropriate for number 13. Maybe there's a sign on the door we can read. Open image in new tab. Save image as PNG. Save. Thank you. Where is it? It saved it to random. Of course it did. Save image as PNG where it's supposed to be. Save. Thank you. Can we read the note? Can we see who the guy is? Looks like an explorer. But that bronze goat head over the doorway. You gotta be kidding me. A little bit fuzzy. Normally indicative of evil. It's number 29, whatever. Wherever it is. What about the guy? Carrying a riding crop? And a pallet? What the hell? What is he carrying? I don't want to know. Evidently no plate we can read. Or no plate at all. Huh. What is that thing that guy is carrying? Looks like a artist's palette. Is that a brush he's holding in the other hand? The handle is very long. And there's really no way to tell from the end, but it does look like it has a wide end, if that's not the wall behind it. Well, that might be a brush, but if it is, it has a super long handle. Huh. Number 14. First time randonauting. Intention, something cool. Again, because of the age of this article, about 6 years, 5, 6 years. Some of the pictures have dropped out, unfortunately. Number 15, intention was asking about 2021, because the year was 2020 at the time. Answer was danger, do not open, you can be badly hurt. In my opinion, Randonaut answers may match for most scenarios. And when it doesn't, we just try again with the app. Just have fun. And don't believe it's intentional when you find a dead body. Number 16. The intention was something mystical. Oh, this is a pretty one for mystical. Oh, yeah. I know you can see it's a face on a tree, but sorry, I want to get a close-up look at this. Save image as. Put it in the right place. Oh, it's at the right place this time. Save image as type. And it's in the wrong place this time. Save. Thank you. Something mystical. Pretty interesting. Eyes and nose and a mouth made out of, oh, two hands tweaking the ends of a mustache. And the mouth itself, is he sticking his tongue out? Hard to tell. I would think not. I think that's just how his mouth is. Who knows? But that is indeed mystical. $17. Art attractor. Found on a curb in a residential neighborhood. So their intention was art. And find some they did. Again, in the wrong place. But I'm getting quicker at it. You know, I love my art. Oh, interesting. Yeah, pretty cool. Interesting medium. Looks like the spray foam that you use like to fill gaps in your home. Insulation spray foam. And then painted. Painted insulation spray foam, it looks like. It's a cheery work. I like it. Next up. 18. Intention was something interesting. I don't know what this is called, but it connects two different houses on my city's downtown. It's a aerial walkway. There's probably an architectural name for it. The hospital and parking garage in Albany have one. Albany, New York. They never saw one of those before, I guess, but they aren't that common, and they are pretty cool. Number 19. Intention was healing from past relationship. Took me to the place we first fell in love with this sign across the street. I felt chills. This we have to see up close. Healing from a past relationship. Open image, a new tab. Healing from a past relationship. Evidently a bad one. Healing from a past relationship. Soon we shall have the answer. And that is no parking. Forgive yourself. Good advice. Cool stuff. Cool stuff with Randonautica. Supposed to be one more of these. My intent was fly, and I found a baby hawk. Coming up this Wednesday, ladies and gents, is Gotcha Man's double feature only on Twitch at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Let me grab that notice. There it is. Let me tell you all about this movie night coming up on Twitch. First, let me correct the two movies that are going to play this coming Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern. The theme is Love is Colder Than Death. Valentine's theme. And the two movies are Death Becomes Her and Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Let's show that to everybody, shall we? Okay, now you don't have to be a member of Twitch to see this double feature with us. And I will be there. Boy, it was rocking last week. Thank you, Gotcha Man. And that's how you spell Gotcha Man. That's how you look for him on Twitch. You don't need to be a Twitch member. You can just visit Twitch, search for Gotcha Man, and then you'll be at his channel. And once you're there, the screen is right there as well, where you're going to watch the movies with us. The theme being Love is Colder Than Death. And the movies being Death Becomes Her. I believe that's with Meryl Streep and another powerhouse female actress. Oh, Goldie Hawn. Goldie Hawn and Meryl Streep. Good movie. Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Truly another good one. Valentine's Day special. Love is Colder Than Death. Don't forget to join us on Twitch this coming Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern. Until then, may God bless and protect us all.